Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sowing and Reaping uh, YouTube channel. Um, Draven, if you're watching this, I want to apologize again for not coming on your show last night. I was a little under the weather. I woke up and I had some aches in my hip and in my back, and I just wasn't feeling good. I think it has something to do with not dressing properly because of the weather change. But again, Draven, if you do another show this week, I'll try to come on for a few hours for you. With that being said, guys, again, welcome to the Sowing and Reaping YouTube channel. And what I'm going to do in this video here today is I'm going to respond to a YouTube short that Frank did on the Geek Room. Now, here's the thing. There are two audiences that watches this channel. One of the audiences is the Frank audience, the Geek Room audience. So no matter what Frank does, Frank can go out there and murder somebody. They're going to defend him. So let's keep it real. They're not going to be objective. And I'm just going to put it out there. And that goes for Christina Blackfeathers and everybody else out there that supported the Scientist Sam nonsense that went on his YouTube channel and everything else that Frank does that I'm going to be bringing up in the future if I ever see one of them in the room. You know what I mean? The other audience that watches this channel are people who are happy that I got away from Shanny. They don't watch all the time, but they actually do watch. I point that out because I want people to understand that just because a live chat doesn't agree with what's being said, you got to understand who's actually watching. All right. So Frank says a few things in this YouTube short that I thought was very telling of, my interactions with, the drags, the geek room, the people that I was dealing with. And these people have some really short memories. And I think it's because of my style of doing videos. I think they tend to forget a few things. I'm going to show you what I mean in a minute, but I'm going to screen share what Frank actually said in his YouTube short. I'm going to be pausing it every now and then, or rather, I'm going to play the whole thing, and then I'm going to respond to what Frank actually said. Like I said, when you hear him talk, you're going to know a lot of the stuff that's coming out of his mouth is nonsense. This is actually not a video regarding defending myself or anything like that. I believe that the facts are out there, and that if we ever get off of YouTube and it becomes something that comes off of YouTube, there ain't really nothing this guy can do. He's a sicko. He's a real sicko. All right. So he can sit here and he can say whatever he wants and be a diva on here all he wants and feel the need to respond to every little tiny thing except owning the things that he's done. And I want people to remember that Frank refuses to own the things that he does. Own the things that he does. He refuses to. All right. I do. Everything that they bring up, yep, I did it, yep, I did it, what's your point? I brought it up, yep, I did it, And then I said, I don't do those things no more. And then Frank's argument is that people don't change. Anyway, I want you guys to hear for yourself what he actually says here. So I'm going to screen share here, and I'm going to let you guys see what I'm talking about. All right, so just give me a second here. Again, it's a YouTube short. It's only about a minute. How you doing, Carrie? Yeah, I'm up late today. Carrie, well, up early rather. I wasn't feeling well. I had some of that NyQuil honey or whatever, and it knocked me out earlier. And now I got a little bit of energy now, and I want to just do this here real quick. How you doing, Butler? 420. And I want to go to this YouTube short here real quick and show everybody what it is that I'm talking about. Again, when we're dealing with the Geek Room, and like I said, this is not about defending myself. When we're dealing with the Geek Room, we're dealing with the low of the low of the low of the low. Like I'm talking about like the bottom of the toilet. It's not even the bottom of the barrel. So anyway, so let me just get to it here real quick. I'll show everybody what I'm talking about. I gotta mute my microphone, by the way. Let me just do this here real quick.
But I did tell people to, hey, tell him to shoot the link out so I can go up there. I had a couple seconds, and here is proof. What did G-Man do? Didn't send me the link. Why? Because he knows what he's spinning is false, and he's being full G-Man right now. There's a reason why I don't think a lot of people can change. Because G-Man is running with facts that are wrong, trying to say they're true, just to defend Carrie. You remember when he did that last time? Right, he was doing it last time when he was defending Shani. The cycle repeats itself again. Nice try, G-Man. If you want me on your channel, it's $100. This is just sad. So this is the second time G-Man went live about me. And again, got all the facts wrong.
All right, so the reason why I let it play a second time, I wanted to make sure that you guys heard all of that. I got the facts wrong, according to him. Again, everyone, welcome to the Selling and Reaping YouTube channel. This won't take long. So anyway, according to Frank, number one, I got all of the facts wrong, right? Everything that I said about the Geek Room was not true. And I'm knowingly lying about the Geek Room. So let's just go into a couple of things here about what I'm lying about. Okay, number one, he says that the factual information that I gave wasn't true. Okay, so did Scientist Sam go into the Geek Room and make a racist joke involving George Floyd? He was talking about a fat woman. And did he go in there and say that I can't breathe, I can't breathe? And he went in there and he said that you never been George Floyded by a girl before. That didn't happen in the Geek Room, Frank? Am I making that up, Frank? Did Grand Ultimate Villain get upset over the blatant racism that was going on behind the scenes regarding your folk over there, particularly with Scientist Sam? Yes or no, Frank? Was there a big video response? And did Dragnut actually go back and forth with Grand Ultimate Villain during these things? Yes or no, Frank? All I need to hear you say is no, which you already did in this YouTube short. You said my facts were wrong. That's what you said. That makes you a liar, dude. There are too many witnesses on here. And I've told you this before, and I'm going to tell you this again. The internet never forgets. The internet never forgets. That's why it's important for me to get on here and say things like, you know, I used to get on here and dot drop. I used to get on here and say some pretty mean things to some people on here. I made threats on here. I did a lot of these things, and I own it. I have no problem with that whatsoever. You know what I mean? And admitting my faults. I have no problem with that whatsoever. The problem that you got, Frank, is this. You won't own what's been done in the Geek Room. So you got problems, dude, not me. Number two, you said that I have a history of defending people on here. As a matter of fact, you go so far to say, you go on here and go so far to say that we try to compare Carrie to Shani. You try to get on here and compare Carrie to Shani. So let's just talk about Shani here real quick. Just really quick. Anybody who's watching Shani streams knows that Reverend Shani don't like me. Anybody who's been watching this channel knows I ain't crazy about them. We are no longer friends no more. Okay, Frank is so far back in the ice age. He doesn't even know what's going on today. He doesn't know what's going on today. He doesn't know I have nothing to do with those two at all. He doesn't know that. Frank is lost in space somewhere. Okay, lost in the abyss. So let's compare Carrie and Shani, right? Real quick here, since you want to use that horrible analogy with those two. Is Carrie getting on here faking cancer? Come on, Frank. I got the facts wrong. Is Carrie getting on here lying about fibromyalgia? Is Carrie getting on here scamming people out of money? Is Carrie getting on YouTube pretending to be something she's not? Is Carrie going around beating up men? And the list goes on and 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 on. But this is what Frank is proposing. Frank, oh, I never said that. You just said my facts wasn't right. And then this is a really important point here. And none of the titles of my videos that I say I was defending Carrie. See, when I go about defending somebody, it will be in the title of the video. And I'll make it specifically about that particular person. All right. So Just because I mentioned Carrie in my videos, it doesn't mean I was defending her. I don't think Carrie needs to be defended, to be perfectly honest. I think she does a fine job at defending herself. So anyway, my audience is saying all this stuff in here and whatnot. So anyway, you try to make Carrie sound like she's like Shani or whatever. And I'm sorry, Frank. No matter how angry you are that she's numero uno and you're not even relevant anymore, no matter how angry you are about that, that's never going to change, dude. Because of the practices that you do on your channel. Just get over it. All right. You also said in this thing that that G-Man has a history of being dishonest and that G-Man doesn't tell the truth. At least this is what you were alluding to in the video. The G-Man has a history of being dishonest. And G-Man doesn't tell the truth about these things. And the things I'm saying about you is wrong because you know you wanted the link and you wanted to come into the room. You know, you wanted the link and therefore you was going to come in the room. Frank, how many times have I tried giving you the link or giving Tatted the link or Drag the link or especially Drag or any of the people that I call the Dragoons to come into my room to have a conversation and you guys make this excuse saying, oh, you're not worth my time. You're a Lowe's Cal. You're all these other things and whatnot. Like really? Like really? You got to be one of the biggest divas I've ever seen, Frank. But that's neither here nor there. The point of the matter is that it is a fact that Scientist Sam went on that YouTube channel and made a racist joke. But I'll take it a step further. You also got a problem with the Bullhorn Betty stuff. Now I don't know a lot about this lady Bullhorn Betty. I really don't know a lot about her. I do know that she kicked your butt in court, though, and that you're a stalker. I do know that. And I got a little bit of an experiment that I want you to do, Frank. Why don't you make about 7 or 8 videos about Bullhorn Betty on the Geek Room? Why don't you make about 7 to 10 videos in a row about Bullhorn Betty? And go at her the way you go at me. I dare you. In a row. Put her face in the thumbnail and just talk about her. You ain't gonna do that, right? You ain't gonna do that, right? Okay, so there are no court documents that exist out there. On YouTube, if you type in crude AF on YouTube, as a matter of fact, I'll show everybody what it is that I'm talking about. Not the court documents. Y'all gonna have to go to my community post or do some research. You have to see what I'm talking about. Maybe I'll talk about it on a Dravis channel or whatever, but I'll show everybody what I'm talking about then. But if you type in crude AF, this is what you're gonna see. That's just YouTube, dude. That's just YouTube. That's just YouTube. I haven't even dug into you yet, dude. About your handlers and the people telling you what you need to do here on the internet. I haven't even dug into your butt yet. You just don't know. But anyway, so Scientist Sam, according to you, Frank, never went to your YouTube channel and made a racist joke. That's number one. Number two, you didn't go to court with Bullhorn Betty and lose and be tagged a stalker. Okay. That definitely never happened, right? Even though your lawyer is sitting there trying to defend you, right? Number three, you don't have now. Let's talk about the people that you call friends on here. Are you friends with Dragnut, Frank? Let's just start with him real quick. Has Dragnut been accused of being a womanizer here on YouTube? Yes or no? So that what would that mean? According to your own argumentation, you are friends with a womanizer, right? I'm a terrible person because I'm friends with Shani in the present, and I'm sorry to tell you this, I'm not friends with Shani. I hope Shani gets what's coming to her. And I hope Rev is forced to get a job. I hope he's forced to get a job one day and have to do what everybody else has got to do, and that's actually work. All right. Somebody told me to back off. What the heck is this? Back off, Carrie, until she comes for you. Have a seat, sir. I don't know what she mean by that. You can elaborate on what you mean by that. That'd be great. But anyway, what was the other thing I was going to say? Uh, completely lost my train of thought. I completely lost. This is why I don't like looking at this chat when I'm talking. So let me get this thing out my face here real quick. This chat distracts me. No, whatever. Right. So yeah, I have nothing to do with Shanny, but apparently you're friends with Dragnut, right? Let's talk about some of the other people that you're affiliated with, Frank. Are you friends with dot droppers? Because we all know you're one yourself. I mean, you allow it in your live chat. You allow it on your you allow it in your rooms when you're live. You attempted to do it to me on multiple occasions while going out there calling everybody else dot droppers and saying that they're attacking you. What exactly am I not being factual about, Frank? I mean, I understand you did a YouTube short, and I get that, you probably didn't take your medication before you made your video, but you probably should have. Why don't you explain to me what exactly I wasn't being factual about? Because if you don't, I'm gonna start clowning you again, dude, and start making funny videos about you. Because this is the fourth time I attempted to make a serious video about you, which let's be straight here, guys. I wasted my time being serious with this. You can't be serious with clowns on here. You cannot be serious with clowns on here. And Frank's a clown. Frank is not somebody on here who is considered uh, somebody who people will line up to want to talk to. And Frank, by the way, I heard that statement that you said at the end when you said that it was going to cost me $100 to talk to you. All right, Frank, and that was in direct response to me saying that it was going to cost you $100 to talk to me. Right. This is when this gets really interesting, Frank. I said this before, and I'm gonna say this again. Yeah, I might sound a little boastful when I say this, but it is what it is. I don't need you, dude. You need me. I'm gonna say this again, real slow like this time. I don't need you. You need me. You have done, Frank, and I'm just gonna when I say you have done nothing on YouTube, you've done nothing, absolutely nothing on the internet. I'm gonna sound foolish on here. I'm gonna sound listen to me. I've talked to all the people I want to talk to on here, and I ain't have to pay them a dime. I've debated the people I wanted to debate on here, and I ain't have to give them a dime. If you think you're worth $100 to talk to on my YouTube channel when all you do is no, I don't think so, Junior. You're not worth it. You are not worth it. You're not what we would call a draw. You're not somebody who uh uh interest my opinions of the world or anything like that. You're not worth it, dude. You're not. And I know I am. That's why you're going to keep making video after video after video after video after video about me. Because without me, you ain't got no content. And we all know this. And don't worry, I'm going to take away your content soon. You know why? Because you ain't got nothing to talk about except for the funny videos I'm going to make about you all day today. A little bit later. All right. So let's get into something else that you said in this video. Let me see something here real quick. Do I have? Okay, so you have a habit of going out there talking about people on YouTube having bad behavior and everything and whatnot, Frank. But let me show you something here real quick. As a matter of fact, no. I'll put the link out there so that people can see this. This is for the geek. Shanny is on this one right here, and it's called "If You're a Racist and You Know It, Clap Your Hands." It's funny how he can make fun of Shanny being a racist, and Shanny is a racist, and so is Rev. They need to just accept it. And Rev, before you get mad and upset, say that you don't want to talk about Carrie, you don't want to talk about G-Man. Yeah, I saw that, Rev. Remember, it was you, not me, that got on YouTube and used the N-word 15 times. Just remember that, okay? Just try to remember that. And your woman called me that garbage to my face. Then you and her got on YouTube and proceeded to do that again. As a matter of fact, Rev, I want to give you a little bit of a warning, dude. You keep doing that mess, and I'm going to go on Instagram. I'm going to report you straight up. Straight up. And you won't be on Instagram. And the reason why I want to say I'll do it is because I don't want nobody blaming Carrie and blaming her crew or anybody else for that matter. Cut it out, Rev. And you know I'm not playing. All right. So anyway, Frank keep talking about I got to pay $100 to talk to talk to you, dude. You don't know what you're talking about, dude. I'm not gonna give you $100. I'm not gonna give you $50. I'm not giving you $25. Dude, I'm not gonna give you $1 because you're not worth it. Your content is garbage. You guys don't talk about anything on there on the Geek World. As a matter of fact, the last time you talked about anything of actual substance on that YouTube channel, I think I was in kindergarten. Y'all don't talk about nothing on that channel. Nothing. You, Tatted, the Blue Meanie, none of you talk about anything on that channel that's worth talking about. None of you. So let's take a look at this YouTube short one more time, so everybody can see what I'm actually responding to here.
But it's G-Man. What do we expect? But I did tell people to, hey, tell him to shoot the link out so I can go up there. I had a couple seconds. And here is proof. What did G-Man do? Didn't send me the link. Why? Because he knows what he's spinning is false. And he's being full G-Man right now. There's a reason why I don't think a lot of people can change. Because G-Man is running with facts that are wrong, trying to say they're true, just to defend Carrie. You remember when he did that last time?
Now I remember what I wanted to say. Now I remember. So, okay, I already mentioned the Carrie thing. What the heck did he just say? This is this medication that I'm on. What did he just say? Give me a second here, guys. I apologize. Give me a second here. Give me a second here. I can't rewind this, unfortunately. I'm gonna have to listen to this again. Give me a second here. Give me a second here, guys. Give me a second here, guys. There we go. Oh, I remember now. All right. All right. So let me get rid of this here real quick. Hold on. Okay, there we go. He said that people can't change. Okay. So I was actually gonna do a pre-recorded edited video on this particular part. He said that people can't change, and he gives his reasons on why he believes that people can't change. So Frank, I'm gonna keep this basic, and then I'm gonna go into why I believe your own argument can be used against you on why you're a piece of garbage. Okay. Number one, you saying that people can't change. Basically, you're saying that alcoholics can't cease from being alcoholics, meaning you're saying that once you're an alcoholic, you will never stop drinking. You're saying that a person who uses heroin can never stop using heroin and be clean. Okay. When you say that a person can't change, let's say a person was a murderer. Okay. And they stopped doing that and they started using their hands for good. The person was a thief and they stopped being a thief and they used their hands for good. According to you, Frank, you say that your beliefs, and you know how I am when it comes to that, Frank. You know how I am. I will attack you big time on this topic. All right. According to your beliefs, people can't change, right? People can't go from being alcoholic to being not being alcoholic. People can't be a drug user to not being a drug user or anything like that, right? And this is the retardation of your belief system, Frank. Okay, because it doesn't take a lot to be able to look at our society to see that people change all the time. But let's just say, hypothetically speaking, let's just say that what you're saying is correct. Then you are a piece of garbage, Frank. And let me tell you why. You, as a channel owner, allowed Scientist Sam to come on your YouTube channel and make a racist joke. You nor Scientist Sam, and this is a fact, guys. This is a fact. Frank, Tatted, the girl with the blue hair, the blue meanie, Scientist Sam, none of them will apologize for what that man did on that show. And he is a channel owner. Now, here's the thing. If people don't change, Frank, then that means you support racists on the internet. I changed because I don't support Shanny no more. You can't say that Carrie's a racist because you ain't never going to find any proof of that. Oh, in Geek Room, I saw the YouTube short that you made. And I like how you guys take everything out of context. Okay? These things have to come out of her mouth. Okay? These things have to come out of her mouth. Okay? So, if people can't change, let's take a look at some of the people on here that you call friends on here. Drynut has an alcohol problem. Is Drynut a piece of garbage because Drynut can't handle his addiction to alcohol? And that's one of your friends, dude. And I'm just going by your own argumentation, dude. I'm not even going to tell you yet the fallacy that you're committing with the stupid argument that you're making. I'm going to wait until I go to Bad Issues channel or somebody else's channel and talk about this and embarrass you live, since I know you're going to show up for that stream. I'm going to use really big words you don't understand, Frank. All right? So, if people can't change, Frank, when you were stalking Bullhorn Betty, does that permanently make you a stalker? When you were making jokes towards underage people on here, does that mean that you are a perpetual inappropriate person, or the P word? Frank, I can take all of these arguments and I can throw them right back in your face and show you how the inconsistency and the stupidity of the argumentation that you're making. It's one thing for that to be your personal belief system. And you say that, okay, well, you know, for me personally, I don't believe that people can change. Okay, that's all fine and well. The moment you start putting that in my face, I'm going to show you why you're wrong, dude. I'm going to show you why you're wrong. That's why it's important that when people say things, it's important for people to condemn the things that somebody has said, and say, or at least separate themselves and say, guys, it's a quick disclaimer. I do not necessarily believe everything that so-and-so is talking about. And I've been talking to you about this for years, Frank, about something called a disclaimer, something you do not use, something that you do not practice, dude. People can change. I believe Just Breezing has been sober, for the last 2 or 3 years? I'm not 100% sure. I haven't watched her in a while. I know Carrie's been sober for a while. I've never been on, I've never had alcohol addiction or anything like that. So I can't identify with that too much. I had other things that I had issues with, but that ain't one of them. But all this nonsense that people can't change, Frank, you seriously need to go back to school, dude. You really do. You really, really, really need to go back to school. And Frank, listen to me, dude. Not only am I not giving you $100, dude, to come on my channel, even though you were crying and begging for the link like a little girl and whatnot, dude, you're not allowed to talk to me no more. How about that? You can go on your channel and make all the claims that you want, but from here on out, you are going back to being nothing but a Lowe's cow, dude. And I mean it. You don't know how to do this as well as I do, dude. You just don't. Okay, you can get on my channel talking about cream this and cream that. And all. Listen to me, dude. Listen to me. I'm old school. I was born in the 70s, so I don't understand a lot of these new terminologies that people are using and everything. That's all fine and well. A lot of that stuff don't bother me. If you use terminologies from back in the day, that I would understand. But you, dude, all I'm going to do is turn you into Cartoon Network. That's all I'm going to do with you, dude. You probably don't know what I'm talking about, Frank. So let me just give you a quick, where's my little funny things I do about them? Did I put anything new up with them, by the way? I think I did. Did I?
I am feeling the effects of masculinity right now. I feel the testosterone. I want to go to war! I want a lightsaber! I'm a man!
Anything you can do, I can do better. I could do anything better than you.
Oh, you can.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Anything you can be, I can be greater. Sooner or later, I'm greater than you.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
It's how you're going to be treated from here on out, Frank, as a clown. As not somebody on here as being taken seriously, as not somebody on here who's desired to have a one-on-one conversation. You are a joke, dude. You're an absolute complete joke on here. Everybody on YouTube is clowning you, dude. Now, you can sit there and say that people made videos about me, dude. Before you even knew anything about me, I can show you people with real channels coming after me. All right. So if you're going to sit here and play these games with me and everything and whatnot, dude, with these little, G-Man didn't get his information correct and he's always lying and blah, 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 blah. You can say whatever you want, dude. Nobody believes you. Everybody. Just, you know what? I dare to say your own audience knows you're lying. The only reason they won't say it is because they don't like my past of me condemning atheism. That's the only reason they're supporting you, Frank. And I mean the only reason. Frank isn't worth it. He doesn't comb his beard unless he gets a bee stuck in it. Exactly. Although I did find it really interesting that he had hair going all the way down to his feet. I thought that was pretty interesting. You guys got to take a look at that video where Frank is going to court with his lawyer or whatever. He's going into the courthouse or whatever with his lawyer. And take a look at how long his hair is. That dude's hair is all the way to his feet. He should at least get a ponytail or something like that, or get a something that he can use to tie his hair up or something like that, you know? But anyway, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. Frank, listen to me, Frank. When you want some, don't try to get some because you're not worth my time, dude. It is a fact that Scientist Sam went on your channel and he made that racist joke. It is a fact that you are into some things, and especially when you're playing your video games and you got minors in there, you got some really disgusting desires, dude. And number 3, you are a stalker, dude. Okay? So before you talk about anybody's morality on here and how they are, make sure you take a good look at yourself. All right? And I'll see you guys in the next one.